pop up. Yeah, Loki's just. Can you not play against this stand though, dude? You're gonna knock everything over.
All right, so I'm gonna do Luscious. I know you drank this a couple weeks ago, right, Josh?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna drink another one tonight.
Yeah. So this is like
Nothing in my fridge.
This is so what I found interesting was on the label it says 220 calories, but on the image I got through email it was said 350. So what is it?
Well, so that was for the regular. The regular is 225, and then the double I think is like 330 or something.
Oh, okay. So I had the double image.
Yeah.
So the double was what's the
or you
percentage?
might have had like a pre-image that we were just using as like a layered file.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like straight up ruby red. That's the color. It looks like straight up ruby red.
It photographs very poorly. It looks like shit when you try and take a picture of it. I was literally trying to take a picture earlier. It was like, it looked like mud brown for some reason.
The double fruit is definitely darker.
It's straight up juice.
Yeah.
It's like it's the perfect seltzer for somebody that doesn't want to watch their calories.
Exactly. And it doesn't taste like seltzer. It doesn't have that weird like aftertaste finish that
weird fart taste or it's just
aspirin. It's it's like I don't know what it is. It just tastes like aspirin.
What's the yeast strain that they've been using to make those seltzers? We did not use that.
Is it like isn't it like a champagne yeast or something?
That's what people were using, and then I think a lot of people were using just like SO5, which was not doing a great job. So
and without the right water chemistry, it gets all yellow and smells like farts.
Yeah. And then
they
try and just like CO2 rinse everything, and then now it tastes like alcohol. So
see, I think you did it right, Josh, because at a even a brewery that size, 12% or whatever, I think to do like a traditional seltzer like Truly and White Claw, where it's just the natural flavor and crystal clear crisp seltzer is hard on that scale, because you're not going to make it as good or at a price point that those big guys are. So like,
no.
What's the point? I mean, you got to do the slushy or the smoothie style if you're going to do it at that scale.
My goat got out of the pen. I'll be right back.
My God, this is just fucking the episode of technical difficulties here. His internet's out. He's got goats loose.
I think I may make that the title of this week's episode on Spotify. My goat got out of its pen with Doc's Brewing.
Man. Great.
I will say, Mike, though, that I thought Stillwater's seltzers also out of 12% are very good. I thought that they're sort of going for more of almost like a session IPA out of a seltzer was like, for me, that citrus haze. I just wish we could just get that and not get any of the other flavors. Even though I just drank the ritual pineapple. I thought that was really good. It's a little too sagey for me. If it was more pineapple with a hint of sage, I would have loved it. But I thought the flavors came through like it's supposed to actually taste.
Yeah, and it has that kind of in-between look as well, right? I mean...
Yeah, because it's like a colored, but still clear.
I had that Fat Orange Cat one, too, out of 12%. And that was kind of a lighter...
Yeah, Aqua Cat was pretty good.
Aqua Cat was good, yeah.
That's the one. I'm bad
I don't know if
names.
they're still making that. I see it pop up. I literally just saw it today. That's the only reason I can remember it. Have you guys made one at your spot?
No.
I can't remember if we talked about this.
Dane is my partner in Tox Brewing, not in life.
I was gonna say him.
I have a wife. He's been wanting to, because we like the whole craft cafe permit thing. Like now we can't sell cider that we were selling before until the town's given us a hard time about transitioning easily to the new. They redrew the permit structures. It's not exciting to talk about, so we'll skip that. But so he's like, oh, maybe this is our chance to try a seltzer, and I'm like, I don't. If we're doing it, we should do like we're 5-10 barrel batches in New London, and we don't have a pasteurizer or anything. So it's we have to figure out how to approach that without doing attempting a super like traditional,
Yeah. That's the only reason we're able to make something like Luscious at 12% is because the pasteurizer.
Yeah. That's a big part of it.
So just so everybody knows, my goat is back in my backyard. He's at my back door right now, and he is like you better fucking come out and feed me.
Like this goat update here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Give him
Sorry.
some luscious
Ew.
seltzer.
Sorry.
Give him some seltzer. Give him beer. Give him beer. You got to have some shitty beer laying around. Just give him beer. It's good for him. Fiber's good. All right, Josh, what are you sipping on, my friend?
I mean, I'm just fucking over here just drinking Nightlight.
Oh,
Nice
of course,
go-to.
it's a goddamn crispy boy.
Yes.
This is like my go-to. I probably drink this every other episode on here.
Yeah, I know. You probably do.
It's
good.
$6 for a 4-pack of pounders of craft Pilsner. Like, yeah, I'll drink this all day long. It's great.
Do you like Limelight?
I haven't tried it. I just, it's probably good for like half of a can, maybe. Have you tried it?
I have not, but I do like Nightlight.
It's at Big Y, super cheap. Every time I'm in there, I'm just like, fuck, I might as well. Just
Hey,
grab it.
by the way, their seltzer right now, I can buy a pallet of it for $12 a case.
The night shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
There's going to be cheap seltzers. I'm telling you, come August, it is going to be discount row.
So where are you? If you don't mind me asking, where are you guys sitting right now? Are you in the Philly area? or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Just north. We're in the Lehigh Valley. It's about an hour north.
Got
But
it.
we my territory is the Lehigh Valley. JJ is one of the largest distributors in my territory.
Sure.
But my footprint for my wholesaler is Philly. Is the Philly 5. Like we're the largest craft centric wholesaler in Philadelphia.
Got it.
I'm not shitting on night shift here. I'm just shitting on seltzers.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of cheap seltzers soon.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the articles I did cut from the week was basically again how, and I said this all during the pandemic and I would hit my head against the table where all the projections where seltzer was going to grow 100 or 200% this year. And right now it's on a track to grow 24%, which is still unbelievably good. But when you projected 100 or 200% and you've only grown 24%, you are throwing warning signs everywhere. Everybody's going to be like, no, we need to get out of this game. We need to change to do something like you guys are saying, like, we got to do a different angle because this angle is now going to just start to destruct underneath itself. It'll
Yeah,
be,
we've never made something that's good for you or calorie conscious. So why fucking start now? So if we're going to make a seltzer, it's not going to be what everybody else, so
Dude,
those are definitely going to die, but
I appreciate what you did. Believe me, I think it's great.
all right, Mike, what are you sipping on?
I didn't know if drinking something not tox was appropriate. So as I was leaving work today, I grabbed a can of Foxglove. It's our Nelson Citra IPA that is drinking great right now. It's about 2 weeks off canning and it was very green and it's really opened up nicely. But now I feel like an idiot for drinking my own beer.
No, don't. Everybody does. And if I had your beer, we would drink it too. So no way. That's the point.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, exactly. That one, we want you to plug your stuff. And two, we have you on because we like your beer. And I'm very
Awesome.
jealous that the only time I get your beer is when Josh feels generous to come down to the lowly Philadelphia area and bestow upon me a 4-pack of the lore.
Anytime. I'll anytime you guys make it up this way. But yeah, so we do a double IPA version of this called Digitox, which we do exclusively out of 12%. So if you
Which
guys
is
ever
great.
get our stuff in your territories, hopefully that'll join the catalog.
I can't wait. Josh did bring me a Digitox. That was the first one I had from you guys, and I was just like, "Damn,
Nice.
This is what they're like." This is
yeah, and then he was drinking that Mocha Somniac last week.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
that one was really yummy, and I had it. You gave that to me weeks ago, right, Josh?
I'd have
When did you guys? Do you know?
asking the
Yeah,
wrong person. I mean, we released that probably like 2 months ago at this point.
Yeah, so
a little
I
less.
I had it over two different time periods, and I even thought with a little bit of time on it, even though it was a pastry stout, it still was just was like drinking Hershey's syrup that was alcoholic. Like yes,
Yeah.
and with
I was going to open one of those tonight, but I got things to do after this, so probably a bad idea.
All right,
Stick with the crispy boys.
Yeah, like this- Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
A
right.
bunch of babies yelling.
Mm-hmm. You want more? I got more. All right. So let me at least start with an IPA before I get to something that's going to hurt me. So I'll ask the guests. Mike, out of these two, it is Linear Phase from Equilibrium or Drop the Fries from Hoofhearted. What should I be sipping on?
Let's go Equilibrium.
You got it.
I don't know. The hoof-hearted stuff's usually pretty high in ABV. I don't know about that particular one, but
Is that the one with the fries and the burger and shake or whatever?
No, that's
their-
Omnipolos. That's their
Yeah, but doesn't that have something weird in there?
yeah, it's got like the McDonald's like burger face thing.
Oh yeah, this one does have French fries in it. Yeah, so all right. I mean,
Yeah,
easy.
I thought that one had something weird in it, but I know that Omnipolo or Omnipollo, whatever, single chicken burger beer. I had to go buy like 40 pounds of burger buns to fucking put in that beer at 12%.
What?
That sounds like a good way to stick a sparge.
It was,
I don't even think they
Himmler.
ended up putting them in
Himmler.
there. It was
That was the name of that beer.
Hilma,
Hilma, that's it.
you dyslexic fuck.
Listen, watch. Would you not shame people with disabilities here, John? Lord, what are you? Work for a Philadelphia brewery that will be not named? Jeez.
Which other
All
half?
right.
So what EQ is that?
This is Linear Phase. Oh my God. We are thrilled to bring back a local collab with our friends from Ober Creek. Linear Phase represents the pinpoints between Middletown and Wappingers, the home base for each brewery. Starting off with a base of flaked wheat and flaked oats, we used whirlpool of Citra and Strata before dry hopping this beer with Citra, Strata, and Galaxy. Linear Phase pours a beautiful, creamy, bright yellow. Don't disagree.
Beautiful.
With an aroma of tropical citrus and grass field. Flavors of pungent orange, passion fruit, melon, lime, and berry come together in a soft, creamy mouthfeel with our EQ juice finish with just a touch of bitterness to round things out. All right. It's a whole lot of words. Yeah, it's yummy. It's yummy. I expected it to maybe be a little more pillowy, especially when it, said it starts with flaked wheats and flaked oats. I was kind of looking for a little more mouthfeel, but the taste is excellent. The taste is
I
good.
find all of their beers to taste absolutely awesome, and that's, but I find them all to taste a lot alike. If that
Your backhanded compliment is noticed.
Yeah, that's and you guys.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, you cut out there.
You
for a
just
minute.
cut out. Yeah, I was like, am I the only one that can't hear anything right now?
You said you guys, and then I couldn't hear you. Or maybe his
Oh,
whole setup.
we might be losing him because
Oh.
I think I hear some thunder. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
There we go.
there it is.
yeah, I don't know. My power flickered and my system started doing some stuff.
Now, what I was saying is I like the taste of EQ. I really do. I think they're great beers. But I think a lot of them taste very similar. I don't notice a lot of differences. So that's all.
Well, 90% of them are double IPAs that they're destroying. So
Yeah.
And
what were you saying, Mike, though? You I heard you guys and then it cut out.
Yeah, so is that something you guys carry in distribution that you guys
Yeah.
represent?
Yep, it's one of my brands. I don't always drink my brand, but when I do, no. And with that bombshell, let's see what's in the news. I'm very proud of my sound effects, by the way, Mike.
Is this
And of course,
a new upgrade for you?
Oh, it is. I have a nice little soundboard. It's nice. I took it away
Nice.
from JJ. He was just basically playing it off of his phone, and he would have to like stop songs at like the
I
right
don't know, man.
moments and
I
stuff.
like the wah wah wah.
I can add the wah wah wah. But I mean, I got all kinds of ones. You know, like listen, like
You sound like
Am-
all
am I
kinds of
great?
ones. Wow.
exactly. So Josh took, of course, the sting right out of the first one, which is Other Half Takes Over Goose Island's Philly Brew House to add a 11,000 square foot space in Fishtown. Oh, AB shuttered their brew pub during the pandemic after 2.5 years of operation, but Other Half swooped in, setting its sights on Philly later this year. Joining a slew of other brewers in Fishtown, the space includes an expansive outdoor area and neighbors the Fillmore concert venue. Also, they should feel right at home
Kind of.
since Brooklyn-based. Well, here's the real reason, Josh.
Well,
Brooklyn-based.
I mean, the Fillmore is like not really their neighbor. It's like
No, I know.
No, it's right there.
It's-
Yeah, I
it's
know,
down
but
the
it's not
street.
like it's like
Yeah.
right.
No.
Yeah.
Here's what's
I'll
right
see
there. Wait, here's what's right there.
Why?
Partnering with Right at Home, since Brooklyn-based bowling and concert venue Brooklyn Bowl is partnering with Live Nation to develop a 35,000 square foot Philly location on the same block. We look forward to opening Other Half Philly's doors, said co-founder Andrew Burnham, adding the bones of the space are great, and over the coming months we will refresh the indoor and outdoor areas and work on sourcing with food partners. Since opening in 2014, Other Half has expanded to larger tap rooms than its original space, a second location in Brooklyn, as well as outposts in DC, Rochester. It's also opening a permanent location in Buffalo. So what do we think about that, kids?
Well, that bowling venue, that's the old Revolutions.
Yeah,
That
I was
used to
gonna
be a
say that, like,
Revolutions.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's right next door too.
Yeah.
What I got approached to take over that fucking lease is what I think about
Said.
that. And yeah, like I was like,
Dude, that's a big spot. That's a
I
big
know. I
spot.
was like, you're out for a first location. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's a lot. to take.
Yeah, there you go. Right out the chute. Here it is. Well, if you will follow a local brewery here, it's called Retriever Brewing. No one's ever heard of.
How are
And
they
when you-
local? Just because they are now local, or where
Yeah.
were they before? I'm just very confused about that.
They weren't
situation.
anywhere before.
Who's Retriever and where are they?
Did
They're
you
in-
hear they're
well,
like
they're-
a dog-friendly place opening up in Lehigh Valley somewhere? I have no idea.
Yeah, but it's opening. It's starting with a 35,000 square foot location.
Wait.
Hell yeah.
Retriever's going where?
I wish you people, for the people listening on Spotify, Mike's eyes almost fell out of his head when he heard you're going to open with a 35,000 square foot location.
Hey, Josh has seen our space, and granted, it's very small, probably for what we're trying to do in there, but it's about 1,500 square feet.
Yeah.
But hey,
So-
that's
so-
great.
So
I'd say it's like
Retriever.
2,000 with your added upward space.
So are you saying
Vertical
Retriever
space.
Brewing is going in to the bowling alley area with the Bronx?
No. Retriever Brewing is going to be in Orfield, PA. In
At
an old
35 in
warehouse.
Orfield, 35,000 square feet in Orfield?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Where's
And
that?
all they
Is that at the old that place that shit. Anyway, that's too much.
it was an old brewery 100 years ago. It was
Yeah.
an old brewery, and they're just like 35,000 square foot for a brewery that has zero hype or any lineage behind it. And whole shtick is just that you let dogs come in, which every brewery lets dogs come in. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what's gonna go. I mean,
Good
that's
luck.
that's saying
They have to have
Workhorse
these-
did the same thing.
They have to have deep pockets behind them. I mean, there has to be.
Oh
With
yeah.
that amount of square footage, they should just put an indoor dog park in the brewery.
that'd be
I feel
awesome.
like that's what,
'cause-
isn't that what they're doing? Aren't they doing something weird like that?
Dog rescue or something. Some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like a dog rescue or something.
Oh, it is. It's partnering with a kennel for that stuff to do like weekly dog adoption events
Yeah.
and stuff like. It's gonna be seriously dog centric.
Yeah, so they're leaning really into it then and doing all the
That'll help them,
Cool.
but I don't know if it'll save them.
35,000 square feet. Like you already think you're good enough to go distro day one door open. Like, come on. No. No.
So is other half? Do you think other half's gonna go distro at all?
Other half is distro.
No, I know they are, but are they gonna do more distro through Serene? Then are they gonna do more of it? You think?
I would think so, because you're now going to be considered a PA, so they won't be hitting that tax every time they pay that fee every time they license a new brand into the state. It'd probably the beers will probably get taxed at a cheaper rate too, and I bet they can still produce those beers in a different state and still be qualified as a PA produced beer.
I wonder.
And I know that for a fact.
I wonder
actually.
what the capacity is there. I mean, they didn't brew a ton.
60,
there.
I think it was a 50 barrel system. I think it was huge.
No, it's not. No,
no, it wasn't that big. It was a small spot. It was like a brew pub type deal.
A 10 barrel
only
system.
outside. Really?
10 barrel.
It looked huge from outside. I only had beers like I had my dog with me, so I was drinking in the outside.
Yeah, the only thing I ever drank there was Bourbon
Might have
County. I would drink that Bourbon County wheat wine. I love that freaking shit.
Bourbon County wheat wine. Yeah, there you go. That's
everybody makes fun of me because I like their wheat wine. That fucking Bourbon County wheat wine tastes awesome, man.
But
all right,
on your chest.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
Other half, man. I mean, that's like 4 or 5 locations that they're brewing, right? And I even heard they were contract brewing somewhere upstate in addition. And I think that's the stuff we get distroed into Connecticut. So I remember visiting their first spot like 5 years ago in Brooklyn. They were probably 3 years in at that point. It's crazy how much they've grown.
Here's the question: is it sustainable?
I don't know. Well, is it sustainable with quality with quantity? Is that sustainable? That's the question, right? Because now you're hiring people to head brew at these locations, and I hope so. I mean, the beer's pretty damn good.
So the upstate location is where they make most of the beer that gets distroed, even though, from what I'm told, the beer is picked up in Brooklyn, but the upstate New York location is where most of our beer is from.
They probably have a big distribution center in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So then the DC and Philly locations will be brew pubs. So that is actually highly sustainable as long as, like you said, they get the right people.
So they're not brewing in those locations.
No, they are, but they're good. I'm sorry, they are brewing.
But just enough to sustain
pubs.
Right.
They're
just going to be their own
to support their tap room. Or whatever. And what
like a 10 barrel system isn't going to get distroed very far.
Right.
At best, you're going to get draft units into the local bars. You're not like.
What are they doing in Buffalo? I didn't know they had a spot in Buffalo. Buffalo's
the other big spot. No, Buffalo's the big spot.
Oh.
So it's DC, Philly. Let me see.
Well, I think they contract out of Rochester. I think they contract at the Genesee at the Genesee Brewery.
So
that makes
DC
sense.
and Rochester are considered outposts. Permanent locations are considered Philly and Buffalo.
Got it.
Per the article I am reading.
Because they did a collab with Jenny Cream Ale at one point. I wish we could have gotten that, man. That
I just wanted
awesome.
it for the can art.
I know.
I just wanted it for the can art.
Yeah.
I had it. It was good.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm jealous. All right. Who cracked the beer? Who's sipping on what? Okay, Josh. Are you serious? You're just drinking another nightlight?
No, I fucking changed my mind and decided to drink something.
Oh,
man, my lighting's too much.
Oh.
Triple dry hop strata.
So why don't you tell me about the beer that I know will have no description if I look it up?
I mean, what do you want me to fucking tell you, bro? It's Wander in the Fog that we dropped dry hop 3 times with fucking strata hops, all right? Put it in your fucking mouth.
That's what's so great about the Into the Fog series, man. The Fog series is awesome because you know what you're fucking getting, and you know, like the hop profile you're getting. You get to understand the hop profile. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So I have one question.
That's all you need to know.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Mike, do you actually do the descriptions on Untappd for your beers?
I started to because people started doing it for like adding them, and then I was like, and some of them were so janky, or they would like the same one would be there 3 times, or when in the beginning we would do that Deadly Nightshade beer. We actually roast our own coffee for our beers, and people would create Untapped for like entries for every variant we did with every coffee. So then there were like 20 Untapped so then I just took over and like added the descriptions and the labels and merged everything. And I try to stay ahead of it, but I don't know. It's
So
hard
our resident brewer here, I love his descriptions on Untapped, and I will show the Untapped. Oh, look, there's nothing. There's nothing. Most of the beers, I'm lucky I have him on.
Well, when you're 20 variants into this thing, I mean,
yeah, true. What am I supposed to say about it again? It's the same
I'm too
shit,
busy.
just a different hop.
I'm too busy arguing with people on Untapped. I can't also fucking add descriptions to it, okay?
Oh, are you one of those brewers that comments with sassy people on there?
No, but this guy was just like, Untapped's full of shit. This beer's only says it's 10%. This can says 14. I was like, yeah, because that's the wrong beer. Cheers.
Dude,
no, man.
And then some dude on Luscious said it makes his asshole itchy, and I said you're drinking it wrong, and then he deleted his whole Untapped account. So, or blocked me.
You drink 20 of everything, your asshole's gonna itch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, I mean, are we suppositorying this?
Yeah.
This is the beer enema.
That's a good way to keep the calories out.
Right? We need one too.
Dude, the description thing is like when we do these, we have our fruited Berliner series, and like we just did a pink lemonade one. It's like tasting notes. It's fucking pomegranate and lemon. Like, I don't know what to say. It's blueberry and raspberry. It's like, oh, it tastes like peach rings and blood and raspberry airheads. It's like, it's a fruited sour. It's one-dimensional.
It tastes like those things that are in here. I don't know.
Do you remember?
Exactly.
Do you remember Garrett Oliver's reviews back like 10, 15 years ago? Where he'd be
that
like,
was before shit was fucking base beer with raspberry, banana, and fucking
could you
cocaine,
imagine?
And then it's like it tastes like raspberry, bananas, and cocaine. Like, I don't know.
Could you imagine Garrett Oliver reviewing some of these beers now? Before he was like hints of freshly mown grass with lightly subtle woodsy undertones, and he'd go into this description, and I'd be like, "What the fuck?" And now, can you imagine him tasting this stuff today?
A peppery, almost tobacco undertone
from Tired Hands.
I like the really like pretentious farmhouse ale like reviews, like, oh, it tastes like horsehair and sourdough bread.
Oh,
that's bad things. It's like, yo.
Yeah, that's all JJ loves to do. He's like, listen, if it's a farmhouse ale, it tastes like it smells like horse blanket and band-aids. I'm like, wow. Yeah, that's why this person just loves to review this beer with us.
Exactly.
Some people think that's a good thing. I don't.
No, they just.
I love that stuff, but I'm not gonna put it on a pedestal and pretend to, tastes like the inside of a garden hose.
It tastes like I drank this out of my fucking 50-year-old boot. That's awesome.
Tastes like the tennis ball on Grandpa's walker.
God.
Oh, nice.
I used to say, tastes like I licked the barn floor. That was always mine. Yeah. That was always mine. Do you want to taste like it tastes like you've just licked the barn floor?
Well, it depends.
Here you go. This is the best transmitter I've ever had. No,
transmitter. That's funny. Yeah, I'm drinking New Trail Broken Heels.
All right,
triple
Broken Heels.
Wow. We dialed this hazy triple IPA all the way up with hand-selected Citra, Mosaic, and Huguenot. We packed aromatics of deep citrus, rich confit, and gushing tropicals, all followed by a low bitterness and a big body.
Great description. Hides
the
11.5. Yeah. Hides the 11.5% real well. Pillowy, soft, citrusy, floral. It's all the notes. It's good. It's really good.
I like.
Yeah. What's next in the news? I'm liking
all right.
the stories. I don't get out much.
He's like, tell me what's next. Tell me
He's
what I'm
trapped in
doing.
his 1,500 square foot brewery just all day long. They don't let him leave.
Of course.
Our system is very janky and manual. It's amazing we make things drinkable on it. And then when I'm home, I'm chasing a toddler around. And I'm kind of a recluse by nature. So pandemic was,
perfect.
Like, for those tendencies. So I'm trying, I'm not as tuned into the industry as I used to be. Put it that way.
No worries. So what's next in the news is that Devil's Backbone creates a subscription service called BounceBox. Turns out that Devil's Backbone is using its new pilot system to create beers for its recently launched subscription service called BounceBox. 4 new beers a month that are billed the most innovative IPAs, sours, ales, and lagers, fruiters, and flavor bombs you've ever tried. That is literally the quote unquote from them. What the hell's a fruiter? Those interested can subscribe to BounceBox monthly or annually. A monthly subscription of 4 different pints will run you $25 a month, or you can upgrade to 16 pints, still 4 different styles every week for $75 a month. What?
So wait,
Devil's
are they sending
Backbone.
this to you, or you're going
Yeah.
there to drink this?
So it's
No,
mail.
it's a-
It's mail order.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a beer of the month club from
I mean,
Devil's
it's smart.
Backbone.
But everybody already fucking does it. So
Not only that, but do you really
what's the news?
seek out anything from Devil's Backbone?
Well, that's
I couldn't
one.
even tell you a beer that they make.
The Vienna
what-
Lager is like
Yeah.
their gold medal award-winning beer before Budweiser bought them out. And the only reason Budweiser wrote that for them, you know, they developed this program. It wasn't them. And are they really going to specialize in sours and IPAs? And what are fruiters? I mean, what the
Oh,
fuck
wait,
is
they
a
made that-
fruiter?
Isn't that a
8-point
Starburst
beer, right?
candy?
Isn't that them? Fruiter. Yeah. How many O's are in that? Like, how do they spell that?
I'm sorry. It's no, it's fruit. The word fruit, ERS.
Oh, I thought it would have been
Fruiter.
cuter. I thought it would have been cuter
Oh,
and
yeah.
better at marketing if it was like FROOOOOTIE, you know, one of those jobs.
That's Mudhen. Mudhen has their sour. It's called Fruity Patootie. And it's
I don't
all
even know what
O's.
Mudhen is. Like every time I'm on here, there's just so many fucking breweries. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Also, $25 a month? Wait a minute. That's a pretty expensive fucking 4-pack.
For 4 pints.
Yeah.
Devil's
Does that include
Backbone.
shipping?
No, because shipping is free because it's only available in Virginia, but shipping is free.
So yeah, $25 a month free shipping to your house, right?
Yeah, because it's like a fucking $6 4-pack.
And they're gonna have fruiters that are gonna be exploding before they get to you.
Oh God.
Sounds
All right.
sick.
Speaking of fruiters that will explode, I'm going to drink
Will not
The-
explode, sir.
the Harvester.
Say that blasphemous shit about my harvester.
That is shelf stable.
Shelf stable, that's freezer stable. Pop that in your fucking freezer for 19 hours, dude. I did it. And it's good to go.
It doesn't freeze.
19 hours will blow up the
No,
fucking
it turns
can,
into
dude.
slushy. No, it won't. I
Really?
left it in there for days. What, are you
What
talking
percent
about?
is it?
It says it on the can.
I know
It's,
it says it on the can.
What percent is that? 7. Wow, what's wrong? with my
Is it the
can?
sugar that makes it not
7-1.
totally freeze or what?
No, the alcohol makes it not freeze, and then it's fully pasteurized, so
Oh,
it won't explode. But yeah, it says it on the can. That I made sure that we tested that it wasn't going to explode before
On the
we
can,
put
it says to
Harvester
chill for
slushy on
2
the can.
hours, not
Yeah.
19.
But I know how stupid people are.
chill
So
for
I left it
19
in there
hours in the
for
freezer now.
fucking 2 days. But you know, some drunk idiot's gonna pop it in there and want like late at night and forget about it. I don't want it exploding in their freezer overnight. So I left it in there for like 2 days, pulled it out and fucking drank it. I had to cut the top off of it, but
You're not wrong, Josh.
I
Now,
just
is it-
know what I would do.
Is the fill level of the can important to it not exploding? Like, is that part of it? You know,
Leave a little gap in there,
yeah.
or all the way to the top.
I mean, stuff expands as it freezes, right? Isn't that
That's
part
what
of
I'm.
it?
That's what I'm sort of wondering. Is it because there's so
Listen,
much
guys.
fruit in it?
I don't know the science
By,
behind it.
by the
okay?
way,
All I
none-
know is I
none-
left it in the freezer for days
none-
and it didn't explode.
none of your beers, Josh, but we are at an epidemic level of exploding beers in the market.
Really?
Oh
We
my
talked
gosh.
about this a while ago. I
It's
can't believe
unbelievable.
people are still sending this shit out there.
It's unbelievable.
Name a couple. Let's get.
No, I'm not naming any. I'm not naming any. I'm not naming any.
Call them out.
I can tell you where they were canned, all of them,
Sure.
but
Yeah, sure.
um, It's the capital. It's the capital of Bucks County. They were brewed in. They were canned in. All of them were canned there.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
Are they smoothies?
No. He's talking about a different brand.
Now it's like if you have a small brewery like us,
Yeah,
it's fine, right? But if you're putting something in distribution, that seems like you shouldn't be. It should be shelf stable, right? Because you don't know how these retail establishments are storing it. You know,
If it's not, you just need to at least give them the warning. I mean,
Right.
even though
dude,
Luscious is
nobody
shelf.
fucking puts that in.
Yep. But here's the thing.
coolers anyway, even when it says store cold.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. There's a difference when you say store cold on the can and when you say this can is 30% fruit and it will re-ferment and explode on your shelves. If you don't put it in a cooler, you know where they end up finding space for it? In the effing cooler.
But
That's
I'm
what
talking
happens.
IPA. I'm
We
talking
put store cold on
IPAs.
all of our cans, and they don't need to be.
I'm talking IPAs that are 45 days old.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Oh, IPAs.
oh,
Well,
yeah, that's
are they coming from Harrisburg? Or
No. Well, these dogs.
anyway,
I
yeah, like the
hearing
Luscious,
this.
I think says store cold on it too.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't need to. But
All
what were you
right.
saying, Mike? I think I just cut you off.
No, I was just saying that I love all the local gossip you guys are dishing. I don't know what you're talking about, but I like listening to it.
Oh, it's one of the things when we used to do a show that wasn't live, it would be instead of like an hour and a half show, it would be like 3 hours because we would just start to go off and it would be like, I'd have to stop either Josh, JJ, or whoever we had on with us to be like, no, we can't say this. Like, cut. And we would have to cut it days. Because I was just like, we
Be right
can't
back.
say this
I'll
about
be right
these
back,
places.
guys.
The goat's calling. Goat's
The
calling.
goat's
JJ.
calling him.
The goat needs water now. It
Yeah.
got its
Yeah.
food.
Yeah,
Tom
Fraz
Brady
is over
needs-
here censoring me though. Here's the thing,
Yeah.
I don't care, and
I
put
know,
it out there,
always.
bro.
Always. That's all I do.
It's all in good fun. I don't
That's
give a
my
shit.
favorite part. There's a Connecticut Brewers Guild, and it's my favorite part about going to the socials or the events is sure it's informative and you network and plan collabs and stuff like that. But I love just peeling into a corner with friends from other breweries and just talking gossip, like just shit talking, because it's like it's such a supportive community and we're all friends. We all root for each other, but sometimes you just gotta vent and get it out.
Well, for the most
Best
part,
part.
Connecticut is pretty great, like all the brewers, compared to PA, which is like a bunch of catty little bitches. So, and there's also so many breweries in Pennsylvania that everybody I feel like has to kind of be like that. Like everybody just
there's-
has their cliques. Like, what's their how many? The Pennsylvania's the number one. Is that
Number
right?
one.
For the most breweries in the country?
Per
Yeah,
capita
and-
or just total?
Total.
Wow. And what do we
Wow.
have in Connecticut? We have like 150
120 maybe. A few
Yeah.
folded during pandemic, but some have opened.
But I think we
So
got
it's
a
around
few new
120.
ones too. So yeah.
Well, how many are in
120.
Pennsylvania?
It's I can hold on.
500 or something?
No,
I think over 1,000.
It's got to be over 1,000.
Wow, that's
Easily over
insane.
1,000.
It's wild. It's
That's
literally
crazy.
insane.
And it's not, I mean, it's pretty densely. I think Connecticut is a higher population density. It's like fifth on population density after like New Jersey and Rhode Island.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is a massive state though.
Yeah.
And then they have the two sides of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh and Philly,
Right.
Harrisburg in the middle. So it's like three different like beer markets, and they have Erie. They have the Lehigh Valley, which is a pretty big market north of Philly, like an hour north. So
Yeah.
So we are wrong. I was wrong.
they
We
were
are the-
at one point. Maybe it changed. That's why I
We're
was
the num-
questioning it.
We're the number one per capita, but
That's
the
what I
number
was-
one for breweries is California
Oh,
with-
yeah.
Oh,
with
wow, really?
958.
There's 40 million people in California.
Yeah.
It's-
950.
Well,
958
LA has fucking 900 of them, I think.
yeah.
in San Diego is the rest, and there's like seven.
Yeah.
It's LA,
Sprinkled
San
through the rest of
Diego,
it.
and there's seven more in San Francisco in the Bay.
That's Sacramento
PA.
area too. Don't sleep on that. It's the Sacramento area. You got like Moonraker, Alvarado
Oh, yeah.
Street, and all.
I've
That's
had
where
both those.
Monkish is too, right?
No, Monkish is
They're in
LA.
LA.
They're
Oh,
right
but-
outside the airport.
Santa Rosa's not far from there, right? So you have Russian River, which is
Yeah.
less than an
Yeah.
hour away.
That's in the Bay. Yeah. PA has 560 breweries.
Jeez. You know, like
Still
10
a lot.
years ago, Connecticut probably had 20. I think when Two Roads came to town, they pushed for a lot of legislation that was friendly to craft breweries, because fiscally, Connecticut is not necessarily the best state to operate a small business in. It's putting it politely, but it's actually not a bad state to open a brewery. And like we
Just
can
did my
self-distribute.
taxes today.
We don't need food to do full pours and stuff. It's not a bad state if you're looking to open a brewery. And like you said, it's for the population density, it's still not saturated. That's why I get annoyed when people are like, "Oh, it's so saturated." I'm like, dude, go to other states. Or like, you're talking before Prohibition, before beer was like this macro commodity in our minds. Like there were 5 brew pubs in every city, and you know, it's like a pizza place. You have your local spot that you get your beer from. It's only the last 75 years where it's like beer we think of as this macro commodity that's distributed nationwide, and
I truly believe that beer is going back to that model. Is more of like, instead of even like 5 per city, I think it might be more. I think it might be 10, because it will be your corner bar. Your brew pub will become your corner bar.
Think about a pizza place. How many pizza places are in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood alone, there's 10, right?
10, I mean, at least.
As long as it's good and people are willing to pay for it. I mean, craft beer is it's a commodity for people with disposable income. So it's like, if it's good and you're willing to pay a little extra for it, there's no reason it shouldn't be a locally sourced thing.
Oh, I agree with you 100%.
Sorry, I kind of derailed your news story there.
No, not at all. As of April 2021, just in case you were wondering, the Lehigh Valley has 25 breweries. Josh.
Glad I'm not one of them.
That's so many. You shut up, you. Shut up, you. You will. You will. I'm bring you back. I'm gonna bring a tractor beam. I'll bring your ass back, man.
I'm gonna come there and open a pizza place. What did you think of the Harvester? You just fucking chugged it. You didn't even say anything about it. Wow.
Well, I'm sorry. We had such a good conversation. It is exactly like every other Harvester.
Forester.
Forester.
The Subaru Forester.
It's the Subaru of beers. It's great. It's a sour ale that I can drink. Thank you so much. It's pineapple, passion fruit, and pink guava. I like it.
This one was probably the tartest, I think. It got me and my fucking almost giving me indigestion.
It's got some heavy acid on the back end. I could definitely taste some super heavy acid. But hey, we will persevere. And on to the next article. I find this one very interesting. But you know what? Before we get to the next article, let's talk more about Mike. How did you get into craft brewing? How did you start Tox? Please give us the tour from your head.
I'm a 30-something-year-old white male with a beard. It's a very unique situation for a brewery. I'm just kidding. Just like everyone else. I started home brewing after college and, in college with a buddy of mine. So my partner in the business is Dane. We both actually grew up together. If you visit Tox, in the bathroom, there's a picture of us at preschool graduation together, but we've been pretty close since like middle school, and we went to college together. And, we got like what was it called? Like a Mr. Beer kit, just one of the little like extract things. And did that in the dorm room, and, eventually got bigger and bigger homebrew setups. And we were playing in a couple of bands together, and our buddy John played in a band with us, and he was very good brewer, like years ahead of the two of us. And then eventually we started brewing, the three of us, and we started brewing more than we were practicing music. And eventually we were just like, let's go for it, guys. And so John took kind of a back seat. He just couldn't put in like the financial or time commitment at the time. And Dane and I, took ownership roles and plowed ahead. And the reason it's called Tox Brewing is Dane is actually a toxicologist. So he's a clinical toxicologist. He's a professor of pharmacy at a local private college in Hartford called St. Joseph's? St. Joseph's. And he also works in the Hartford Hospital, the big Hartford Hospital, poison control, doing like in the emergency department. So he's a super knowledgeable, talented toxicologist. And he's always had this fascination and this expertise in natural toxicology. He even has like a medicine garden in Hartford. He got like a grant to put this medicine garden in, because a lot of antidotes are derived from, there's active ingredients that occur in nature and like mushroom, or mostly like flowers and plants. And so Digitox, for instance, is, you know, the dose makes the poison. It can be an antidote or a poison depending on the dose. And there's a lot of the stuff that occurs in nature. So Digitox comes from the foxglove flower. So I don't know, he was always nerding out about this shit, and we were just brewing all these recipes and we didn't know what to call them. So we just started naming them after like these mushrooms he was fascinated with. Like angel wings is one of our big IPAs. That's a mushroom. Amanita, stuff like that. And we just started naming our beers after this shit. And we would go to these homebrew competitions as Tox Brewing. And then when we were like business planning our commercial transition, we're like, this is too fucking weird. We better change the name. People aren't going to get it. Why would we name something we're selling you to put in your body that's named poison, you know? But we were like, you know what, fuck it. Let's just go for it. People embraced it. It was really cool. This was our original logo when we were at homebrew competitions. The Dart Frog logo came later, but yeah. And then we just, you know, we found a little space in New London and got a small SBA loan. The two of us just punk rocked it, built the place ourselves with some friends and family, and got a 5-barrel system. And you know, we're over 2 years at this point and survived it. Most of that was spent during a global pandemic, but we survived it. And yeah, it's going well. We have Southeastern Connecticut is, you know, I mean, like Josh's area, you go from Hartford down to New Haven and then to New York. That's kind of like the really densely populated part of the state. Between New Haven and New London, there's not enough there's not a lot on the I-95 corridor. And we have a great local community that's responded well. And we were brewery only until we started stuff at 12%. So that was a great opportunity. We're very fortunate. And since, you know, I think it's something like 90% of craft beer drinkers buy stuff from package stores. So this is a whole new market. It's all new exposure for us. We were not in package stores until this. And it's been a really, really great partnership. The beers turned out awesome. People have responded well to it. Yeah. So we're growing rapidly. We grew 80% on site during the pandemic, which is crazy, you know, switching to a curbside pickup model, getting a canning line, working with our artist who does a kick-ass job. Actually, I switched to a coffee maple stout and called Wisteria. It's actually one thing I always bonded with Josh over is kick-ass label art. You know, our artists have different styles, but they're both really cool shit. And yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but you know, we're on a little 5-barrel system. We got some 10-barrel tanks that we double into and can most stuff on site. So the stuff at 12% that's distributed is, you know, we're hoping to do more down there, but it's been really cool. I mean, it still doesn't feel like work. I mean, I'm the one who went full time. Dane has a very important, big, you know, grown up job. And I was sitting in a cubicle plunking away on spreadsheets before. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll quit. I'll go full time.
I'm out.
Me.
To the tune of you know, double the time and half the pay to go do it. It still doesn't feel like work though. And shout out to my wife. She's been super supportive and it's been awesome. And the Connecticut brewing scene is pretty cool. There's, like Josh was saying, everyone's pretty chill and friendly and collaborative. So yeah, I don't know. Did I miss anything?
2 years later, how's the Wisteria drinking?
It's drinking nice. It's drinking well. This is actually the 2021 version. So
I'm sorry, it didn't. My bad.
Yeah, so it's the second one we've done. I will be honest, the first one we got a little carried away with the maple syrup. It didn't scale linearly from when I was homebrewing it. So like that beer came from, I used to actually I have a couple maple trees on my property, sugar maples. And then I had a neighbor that let me tap her trees. I like helped her cut down a tree or something. And then she was like, yeah, is there anything I can do to repay you? I'm like, can I tap your trees? And she was like, yeah. So like I was making my own maple syrup.
You mind if we dance with your dates?
And John, who I mentioned, he roasts his
that
coffee.
porno took a weird turn. Can I tap? She's like, can you tap? your trees. Can I tap your trees?
Can I tap that tree?
Yeah, tap that tree.
It was a hobby. It's like smoking meat. That's another euphemism. No, it's like it's a time commitment to boil down. To boil down maple syrup takes hours. So I would just like drink craft beer while I was evaporating syrup in my backyard. And then John, actually, who I mentioned was one of the 3 founders. He would roast his own coffee. And so I would brew these stouts, these milk stouts. This is not a milk stout. This is just an imperial stout, but he would roast all the coffee. And then when we were scaling up, we're like, John, we're going from 5 gallons to 5 barrels. I don't want to change. We got to figure out a way to roast 20 pounds of coffee instead of, 1 pound. So he actually built a fucking coffee roaster out of it. He bought like a gas grill and mounted there's a company that makes a rotisserie kit, like that you mount on the grill. And then there's like a roasting basket, and he roasts that on our patio. And it's cool. We play with like different single origin beans, and we have a couple series with coffee in them. And that's why when Josh and I were talking this recent collab, the Mocha Somniac, I'm like, you guys have your own coffee, and we do our own coffee too. So let's do something with coffee. Came out pretty good.
Awesome.
That was a great collab.
Absolutely.
I feel like we should have released it in the wintertime, but
I know. Yeah, that was
next year.
Yeah, we'll do a follow up down in North Haven, man. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can roast that much coffee, but no, we got a couple cases left. I think at the price point, and as the weather's ungodly hot up here, it's started to slow down a little. But when we double batch these beers, it's nice. We can have them for a couple weeks, and we have like a few cases left, and that was about a month and a half ago. So feedback's been really good on it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
If you're drinking in air conditioning, what the fuck's it matter?
Yeah, right. I'm drinking a stout
Watching
right
your
now.
girlish figure.
That's right.
Watching your girl. Okay.
Yeah.
On 15 miles a day, it's fine.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo runner. I have now moved on to the Drop the Fries.
Drop the fries.
It is a double India Pale Ale with French fries, cocoa nibs, vanilla, and milk sugar added.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like dipping your French fries into like a Frosty.
Into the Frosty, yeah. And the description is, hold on, no, wait. No,
Hoof doesn't make descriptions either, so that's probably just as good as mine. Because we have a collab with them, I'm pretty sure it fucking says nothing. And the beer is called What the Hell Is Even That? So what a good beer to not put a description under.
Yeah, it's literally the exact same thing as in the description. So let's see.
Speaking of collabs, I mean, I haven't done as many as Josh, but that's one of the coolest parts about this community is like I made so many friends just from quitting my old job and brewing beer for a living. Like, we literally met on like social media fucking around and then brewed a batch at 12% together. So you can make, that's how Josh and I know each other. You meet a lot of cool people in the industry. It's pretty fun.
Oh, 100%. It is the most fun thing that I've ever had about like being first before I was a wholesale rep. I ran a beer store. It's where Josh and I met.
Yeah.
And I also did the beer program for a bunch of restaurants. And so everybody would intake to me. And then I was also like, just happened to be it was before I had that was my hobby was I like going to breweries. It's like a thing that I like doing. So
and then you amass a collection of cellared beer and you have shares and you just start opening shit with people. And you like, I have friends in town just from beer shares.
I just roughly did an estimate of how many beers I have in my beer cellar.
Oh boy.
It's 400 kind of easily. God knows how many are vinegar or soy sauce or just cardboard. No, 400.
400 of them, yep.
No. No. We have done like 1 or 2 episodes where I just grab a whole bunch of stuff out of my pantry, and he's right. Like I grabbed 5 or 6 because I was like, some of these are past where they should be sexy.
Don't you remember that fucking 2011 Dark Lord that we drank at?
Oh my god, it was
Sam's
so
house? It was
bad.
Yeah,
I
know. I have so many beers like that I'm just like.
Was it barrel aged?
Oh,
yeah. Do you know Dark Lord from Three Floyds? Where they
you do the regular and the barrel aged, and then they have all the variants like
What variant was that one? I don't remember what it was. It was like
it was just BA. It was just BA.
Barrel aged Dark Lord, but they do
Yeah.
like the
Might have been
Marshmallow
vanilla.
Hangy and the Vanilla Militia and all those.
This
like,
was pre all that
crazy
shit.
ones.
This was
Yeah.
2011. This was like
it was just barrel aged.
Dude, Dark
Sorry,
Lord
Jay-
Day. I've heard Dark Lord Day was fun. I'd like to check that out sometime.
That's
Me
what
too.
we're turning Fog Day into. So mark your calendar. Come.
Hell yeah.
I want people pooping their pants just out in the parking lot at 12%. Let's go.
We got to brew Toxic Fog, man. Come on.
Oh, we should put that on for fucking Fog Day.
Let's
Can
do
we have
it.
the frog? Can we have the frog in the back of the fog? Just the frog in the back of the frog, or that fucking skull with the keg. Also, by the way, if you have any Fat Boy versions of that shirt, I would love that shirt.
This one,
That
it's
is-
funny. We have a friend made us like a wood thing of this logo. It's on our wall. Everyone's like, I want that on a shirt. And we've never done it, but our artist did like a sort of revamped version of this logo that we're going to put on our barrel aged beer labels, which we have our first barrel age release coming probably in, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks. So there's a nice teaser for everyone.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But so I think we were always like, no, we don't have those shirts.
Well, when you make them,
I was
please,
fishing for that.
I will gladly purchase a Fat
yeah,
Boy
man.
version.
There you
JJ,
go.
what were you gonna say?
Yo, speaking of vinegar infected beers, buddy of mine brings me a fucking 50-50 honey eclipse 22-ounce bottle when they were fucking waxed. Don't give me the finger. He popped it open. The thing was like Mount Vesuvius. It hit the fucking ceiling. It was ridiculous.
I mean, are they still a brewery?
Yeah, there's still a brewery. They just brew in cans now. It's in 16-ounce. Eclipse is now in 16-ounce cans.
All right. I'm not talking shit, but every single one of those beers I had was fucking soy sauce.
Absolutely.
I still have some of them because people would like be like, "Oh, here's this barrel aged shit," and they would like give it to me. I'm like, I don't want to drink bourbon barrel soy sauce. Like, I'm good. Maybe I'll put it on my Chinese food next time I get it, but I'm good.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking shit, but
But here's
Yeah.
a bunch of shit.
With
No,
all due
honestly, they all
respect, your
tasted like
mother's
there
a
was a
whore.
fucking infection, and they were just like, whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Here we go. Like, you can't even tell me that they're not. When have you ever had one, Fraz, that wasn't?
The 2018.
He names like a specific year.
100%. 2018 coffee. The
Oh,
2019 or 2017 vanilla
one?
was banging. Was
Everyone I've ever had.
97 variants was fantastic, guys.
Everyone I ever had it got infected. It was terrible.
I had them on draft. They were good. I never had infected
on
K.
draft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had draft. I was like, wait, on draft. I was like, wait, we get draft.
I still have drafts of that. Yeah, I still have a couple.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And those were fine. They had some fucked up. Something was wrong with their bottling system. 1000%.
well, their
and then
cans don't
everybody's saving
explode,
those.
so-
Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, they have a canning line. They were probably doing some fucking rigged up shit because I don't think they have that huge of a brewery either. Like, isn't
No,
their
it's
system
pretty
only like
small. It's
yeah,
pretty
it's
small.
only like 10 or 15 barrels for how big they were at the time. But
Yeah.
you know what's weird? They're only big in like the Lehigh Valley and shit. Nobody knows who they are anywhere else. That 50
what is the name of this brewery? 50-50?
50-50. It's in Truckee, California.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that, Mike?
No.
Yeah, it was only like $32 a bottle.
Yeah,
They only
5
have
years
like
ago.
they only have like 8,000 followers on Instagram because for some reason I was randomly thinking about them the other day, but like
More than us.
well, Mike, but they've been around for
follow
how
us.
many years too?
Yeah.
you know,
Oh
right?
yeah, they've been
go
around for
follow
10
them on-
years at least.
Yeah,
Minimum
and they
10.
were like hype. I just assumed that they were going to be like one of these breweries that had like 100,000 followers, and then I like looked into it. I was like, why was the Lehigh Valley getting this shit? Why
Not
were they
all of
so
us can-
hyped there?
Not all of us can crack that 20K, Josh.
You don't know what I had to do. You don't know what I had to do for that. Took years of my life off. All right.
And how many bitcoins to Russia did you buy those followers with?
Yeah, JJ won't buy.
Dogecoin.
I went through that. I went through the same website you did when you beat us in that competition. So.
Oh god.
Oh,
We didn't
Yeah.
beat you. We got disqualified.
Yeah. No, you beat us, and then you got disqualified in the next one.
Oh.
Remember?
That's because he's a fanboy of Nepco, and he's like, whoa, no one could beat Nepco.
Dude, I read
You guys
something
must
today.
be cheating.
I read something today that half of all Bitcoin users have gone dark.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I believe it.
There's like millions of them that nobody knows where they are.
It's
It's
crazy.
pretty
Right.
wild. So
Is it like people losing their like security codes and stuff, like their wallet
Oh,
passwords?
it's been very recent, like within the last
Yeah.
like couple weeks, like not
exactly.
not like a thing like gradually. It's been like a week, 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
just all these people that I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, they're all going dark with their Bitcoin. You don't know where the hell these things are, and it's like a recent
Buying
phenomenon.
drugs.
Yeah.
Well, they're starting to accept them in a lot more places too. Like, and I'm sure you can buy shit on the dark web with fucking Bitcoin.
Well,
right now.
and taxes. You want to avoid taxes. You know, it's.
Also,
why
what was it?
That's why I put all
Ecuador?
my money in Dogecoin.
That's
Yeah.
I
right.
just take all of my money and I just put it right into Dogecoin. I say, come on, bring it on.
All right.
What did you just open?
I didn't open
you gonna say,
anything.
Frank?
I just finished the linear batch.
The
I could open
crumbs,
the.
the bottom
I'll
of
open
the
some.
French fry container.
Yeah. Ooh.
Got
Juicy.
WeldWorks?
WeldWorks Juicy Bits.
Oh, juicy bits. I went there once.
WeldWorks.
Denver?
Yeah,
they're
it's
in Fort
Greeley. Greeley.
Oh,
which
Greeley,
is-
right outside of Fort
Yeah,
Collins, yeah.
sort of. Yeah. So our brewing system was made
Greeley is
in.
sketch town.
Yeah, dude, it was like
Greeley is
It was
sketchy
like-
as fuck. Like
it was
everybody
like
in Fort Collins, like
feedlots.
don't go to Freely or Greeley.
It,
It's
it
like
was
that.
either sketchy or like factory farm feedlots. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
driving
yeah.
there with like old rusted like oil drills. Yeah, our brewing system was manufactured
In the desert. Like it's weird as
It's
hell.
like the desert plains. It was pretty wild, but we were in Fort Collins, so like our system was made in Wellington, which is right outside of Fort Collins. And they're like, yeah, you can come out and train for a day with us. We're like, let's do it. I mean, it was kind of an excuse for like, hey, guys trip, last hurrah before we start this venture. But we spent some time in Fort Collins, so we hit up WeldWorks. It was a pretty cool spot. Yeah, they had juicy bits on tap and a bunch of other. They do that barrel age. What is it, Medianoche or something? It was pretty good. I don't know. It was a cool spot, but not much else to do in Greeley, from what I could tell.
So JJ, how is it?
Well, in all honesty, I mean it's great, but I had triple broken heels before it, and I cannot decipher the difference too well. So my palate is already stained from triple broken heels. So it was probably a bad choice, but it's still good. It's still good.
IPAs.
Yeah, it's still good, but it's like my palate's numb to it, you know.
Our flagship hazy IPA features huge citrus and tropical fruit hop character from the Mosaic citrus and El Dorado hop. Softer and smoother mouthfeel from the adjusted water chemistry, higher protein malts, and lower attenuation. The end result is a beer that is reminiscent. I've been drinking of
Reminiscent.
citrus juice. Yeah, thank you.
Reminiscent.
Yes, that's the word.
Fucking give that one a
Reminiscent.
try.
Bro, I have been drinking of citrus juice with extra pulp. Thus the name Juicy Bits.
Right. They were like, I remember one point they were like, it's the highest rated New England IPA on Untappd. And I'm like, there's no way.
No.
And so I went, and if you sort by style, it was like New England IPA. Sure, it was the top. But then you look at American IPA. Oh, there's all your Treehouse, your Trillium, your other half, it's American IPA, not New England IPA. I just remember that. The funny thing, I was like, wait, what? That's the highest rated New England IPA on Untappd?
I mean, it's still
I don't know if-
pretty highly rated
I don't
for
know if it's-
80,000 check-ins.
80,000.
Oh,
What's it at?
it's a huge amount of check-ins.
That is a lot.
421.
Wow.
421 for 80,000 check-ins is a
Pretty
god
good.
dang.
When we get it in, it's gone in a day. It's
Really?
crazy.
That's
Fog,
cool.
I think, has like 11,000 Galaxy Fog, and it's at 421, something like that. But not 80,000. That's insane.
Yeah, they're distributing, huh? They just have that one spot in Greeley. They're
They have
distributing
to have more than
nationwide.
that
with
this
that?
I
Fine.
want to know how Serene
They
gets all
must.
these brands.
Because they're a New York City wholesaler and they have all the brands in New York City.
Is that
They're
how it works? I
huge
mean,
in-
is that
Yeah, they're huge in New York City. They're one of the bigger wholesalers in New York City. Here, they're like the janky, weird, like they pull up with the minivan and drop cases off. But in New York City, they're one of the legit monster guys. You are 13,000 check-ins at 4.2. Wandering
Oh, really?
Galaxy.
13,000. Wow, nice.
That's impressive.
Checked
That's
in a
good.
while.
That's good. Yeah.
I think Tox has a total of 25,000 check-ins across every label.
The fog's catching up to you.
No, you have 26,000 check-ins.
Oh, okay. Hey, we got some fun stuff dropping this week. So look out. We had two 12%
Yeah,
drops
Friday.
this week.
Oh,
Yeah, we got
Did
a
you?
double dry hop version of one of our double IPAs, Angel's Trumpet. And then we have
Nice.
a collaboration with Skygazer, some other friends we made at 12%, which you guys have done a lot with. Those Dreamscape, Sphere, Theater things are pretty awesome. Wait,
Oh,
what
made
was,
like 19 beers with that.
what was the stout called?
Dreamatorium.
Yeah.
Which-
Dream Theater. That's a math metal band.
Do you know? Have you ever watched Community?
No,
Has
sorry.
anybody watched
I'm
Community?
sure these
Nobody?
guys have.
No, fucking nobody. Well, nobody gets this reference though. It's like a weird, super random reference in like 2
Dreamatorium?
episodes. Dreamatorium. Like when Abed has like this weird room. Him and Troy when they have that apartment and they have like a Dreamatorium. See, look, you don't even. Do you know what I'm talking about, Perez?
I know when they have the
Yeah, see,
apartment.
exactly.
I was like,
super fucking weird. And now we're actually adding, and I'm going to say this because, the 7.
Oh yeah, every time you add one, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
the
so
rule?
that we're adding another one to the next series, and this one's going to be the fucking.
Well, wasn't Dreamscape
Crazier.
a movie back in the 80s? Or it was with Dennis Quaid? Wasn't Dreamscape a movie?
Maybe.
no, hold on. That's
Wait.
Dream.
I don't know
That
where
Dream-
Dreamscape came from either. I don't know where
Dreamscape
half
the
these
movie,
names come from.
1984.
Wow.
Wow, there you go.
Ooh,
Who was in it?
Dennis-
Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid,
Wow.
Kate Capshaw,
You know
Dennis
what I'm watching
Quaid,
tonight?
Christopher Plummer. Whoa, Max
gonna
von
guess-
Sydow.
I'm gonna guess a solid 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
Because I've never
Rotten
heard of
Tomatoes
it.
is so full of shit, too.
I've never
though.
heard of it, so I can only imagine it's low.
Honestly,
So-
good movie.
First, I'm going to give you the description. A selfish teen, Alex Gardner, Dennis Quaid, is coerced into joining a government project in which psychics like him are trained to enter each other's dreams. He starts learning to use his abilities to do good, but before long, a new official, Bob Blair, Christopher Plummer, seizes the control of the project. A writer, George Wendt, helps Alex uncover Blair's true motives, which involves assassination via dreams. Soon, only Alex and the beautiful scientist, Kate Capshaw, stand in the way of something terrible. The Rotten Tomatoes is 77%.
That's
Ooh.
certified fresh. I stand correct.
Yeah,
Actually, that
pretty
description
good.
sounded pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's a
Well,
game my wife and I always play where like she'll put a movie on Hulu or Netflix, we'll be like, this fucking sucks. And then we try to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score, like
Yeah, right.
35, and she'll say like 40, and we'll see who's closer.
Now, Dreamscape's a classic, man. It's like
It's
So wait,
not
yeah.
a classic.
You're adding, Josh, you're
It
adding
is.
a fourth label. I can just picture you
I don't
going
know
to
if we can go
Alex.
further after this. No.
Yeah, hey Alex, I'm gonna need 4 tanks
I
at
know.
once.
After this last one, I honestly told them, I was like, yo, we're adding another one. I think we should take a little bit of a break because this is a lot. And then to drop like 4 collabs at once is fucking a lot. I mean, 3 was a lot. So I think we're going to make it like twice,
Sure,
bi-yearly.
they're all
Every
pretty
6
good,
months. put
man.
something
Time to
out.
help people.
You brought us some.
Yeah.
They were delicious.
Yeah, I think they've all come out great. I mean, Taylor's awesome to work with too.
Yeah, I love him and Lauren are awesome. I actually met them when they were at their old location, Southington, before they parted ways. They actually had the exact same system we did and opened like 2 weeks before us. So we kind of bonded a lot. I'm like, oh, like this piece of equipment, how are you dealing with this issue? We just through social media, we got friendly with them, and yeah, they're really cool. I'm
Yeah,
excited
Taylor bought
finally.
me a sweatshirt once because he was like blacked out drunk. So, and then I wore it the next time I saw him, and I told him that he bought it. Or no, I think Melissa was wearing it. Wow. Melissa was wearing it, and I was like, "Hey, you bought that for me?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You paid for the whole tab, and then you
Is this
just
like-
bought me a hood at 12%. He bought me a Marlowe fucking sweatshirt. I was like, can you just grab me a large, like put that on my tab? And then he just like, nah, arguing with me and bought me. So I was like, thanks, buddy. I think he might have bought me 2. I don't know. There's been way too many drunk. He only lives like 10 minutes from 12% too. So we're both like right here.
I didn't realize he was just buying people shit. I should drink with him.
You
more
need to come
often.
by, right? Yeah. But
dude, I told him.
The thing is, he shows up at like 1 p.m. and he'll be like, yo, you want to do lunch and like 12%? I'll be like, yeah, whatever, let's go. And then fucking 9 hours later, we're both blacked out drunk and like Ubers, and he's buying me sweatshirts. So
this was my plan, Josh. This was my plan. I'm like, yo, Friday, I got a light day. Our beer's dropping. He was the one who was like, hey, let's meet for a beer when the beer drops. And I'm like, all right. Friday, he's like, oh, I'm going camping at 1 o'clock with Lauren. So can you have a morning beer? I'm like, what time does 12% even open?
Doesn't matter for us.
We get
like,
open. Like what do they call it? The freaking like drunken brunch or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Mimosa slushies. No, but him and Lauren, if you look on their Instagram, they're always going to these like cool places, like in kayaks and shit.
Colorado
I know.
Somewhere.
They were like Oregon. I'm like, dude, you were away last week, and he's like, yeah, Lauren's got the summers off. We try to get a lot in. I'm like, all right.
That must be nice.
But yes, we got a beer.
There you go.
Yeah, I gotta get a sweatshirt out of him.
And on sweatshirt and hiking news, I think it's a great place to end the episode, except for I'm going to play the best song, original song ever from a movie right now.
Hey, listen up, everybody. Got a little special thing I'd like to do tonight. I'll play a little song for you about the nastiest, freakiest little sex puppet.
Scotty doesn't know.
100%.
Fiona.
We're going to go to jail for this?
Matt Damon.
Yeah. No, I'm playing it off of YouTube.
This one's for you, baby.
So does that make it okay? I don't know.
I think so.
How that works.
That's Matt Damon's best role. I stand by it.
I agree. I think that was the best he ever looked.
Okay, it is the coolest he's ever looked, other than when he looks all emaciated in The Martian and claimed he was a pirate.
Yeah, there's a Bourne movie coming where he's the front man of a fucking bar band, banging Scotty's girlfriend.
Do they still make porn movies?
They definitely still make porn movies.
That's why they have that's why they have the internet.
Exactly.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Arrogance and Ales. I'm Faraz.
I'm
Somebody
Jacob.
else.
I'm a fucking guy. What's up?